Everybody's been looking forward to my spring training videos, and today we're talking about the American League East.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode with my pal Alex and Feisty Pants.
So I do these videos in the car, you know, because there's peace and quiet. But every once in a while, somebody's sitting in the car next to me. It's really freaking funny. I'm gonna do the video anyway because, right? Okay, so last year, 2016, the American League East finished like this. Let's see if I can get this up here for you y'all. Somebody's text messaging me. It's my brother about Pokemon Go and Generation 2. I have to answer him real quick. Yeah. What do you think are the odds of that? LOL. Okay. So, that's how the American League East finished last year. Boston, they were on a great pace. They won 93 games, 93-69. Finished first place. Baltimore was 89-73. They finished 4 games back. Toronto tied them, really, 89-73. They finished 4 games back as well. Somebody else just pulled up next to me over here. It was pretty awesome. Yankees, they made they weren't going to win the East, but they made a great run at the wild card at the end of last year after the trade deadline, and Gary Sanchez came to life. They finished 84-78. They were only 9 games back, and Tampa Bay, they almost lost 100 games. They were 68-94, finished 25 games back in the American League East. I'm sorry. Now, some picking thing came out the other day, and they picked Boston and Tampa Bay to finish neck and neck in the East this year. And I'm like, maybe if Evan Longoria is going to play every position this year, I mean, maybe. There's an old Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's taking on, these giant hitters, and, he's like, the commentator's like, first base, Bugs Bunny, second base, Bugs Bunny, third base, Bugs Bunny. He's playing every position. Now pitching, Bugs Bunny. And he would throw the ball in because he's a rabbit and he can move so quick. They're like the race between the rabbit and the hare. The rabbit finished so quickly. He would pitch the ball and then he would run to the plate and catch it. You have to see it. You have to look it up. I'm sure it's out there. Oh, looks like it's going to rain. They said storms. I guess they were right. So, let's see. Let's talk about Boston first, being they finished. That's where they finished. They got a decent pitching staff. They landed this guy, Chris Sale. Maybe you've heard of him. David Price, Ricky Porcello. How he did not win the Cy Young last year, I don't freaking know. He was 22-4. He had some great numbers. David Price struggled a bit. It still finished 17-9. Chris Sale with the White Sox last year finished 17-10. And they got this kid Wright. He's not too shabby. He finished 13-6 last year. And their closer, their steady closer, is Craig Kimbrell. He's pretty good. The only thing that I don't like about Boston's chances this year is David Ortiz retired. Now, you could say he's just a hitter. Oh, maybe he only had 40 home runs last year. Oh, you can get anybody to hit the ball. He's more than just offense. He's defense. He's leadership in the club. So many things. I can't even list them all. And to answer his retirement, they went and signed Mitch Moreland. Now, no disrespect to Mitch Moreland. He can play baseball, but he is going to be hated, the most hated man in baseball, let alone in Boston alone, when the Red Sox don't place anything this year because David Ortiz retired and all they got was Mitch Moreland. It's not going to be Mitch Moreland's fault. It's just he's the guy that they got to replace David Ortiz. And when he doesn't perform like David Ortiz does, because he's not gonna, he's a different kind of player, they're going to be like, he sucks. You know how Boston fans are. Man, they'll stab you and just offer you a slice of pizza while you're being stabbed. You hungry? That's what's going to happen. I don't know if that's true or not. But fortunately for wherever they put Moreland in the lineup, they have these other guys like Dustin Pedroia, Mookie Betts, Xander Bogaerts. There's a few other guys around the diamond. Pablo Sandoval is expected to return, make a good recovery with his shoulder surgery. So provided that all comes together, and Chris Sale, I mean, you know, he has another standout year like he did, they could pull it off. That's what I'm trying to say. They have a good chance of pulling it off. Now, so that brings us over to the Yankees. Number one, everybody knows I'm a Yankee fan. I don't have my Yankees hat today. I'd be wearing it. I'd probably be wearing a jersey. Who saw my Super Bowl picks and how it turned to Yankees spring training? I thought it was hilarious. The Yankees, on paper, look pretty great. They have a pitching staff, Tanaka, Pineda, Sabathia, Adam Warren came back from the Cubs. He can start. He used to, you know, I think they misused him in the past, and he wants to start. So he's going to try out for spring training. They got this Sessa kid. They got a few other guys who, you know, made some good strides. The Yankees have a lot of depth in their farm system, and eventually they're all going to come and play for the majors. It's just a matter of time. In the bullpen, they got Aroldis Chapman back. They signed him back for $1 billion. Dylan Betances is still there. And instead of Andrew Miller, they have this other guy, Tyler Clippard. Not too shabby. So I would have to say they have that lockdown on the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, the way they pitch. Now, does that mean that people are going to, like the starters, are they just going to pitch 6 innings and then they're out? No. They might get hammered where, you know, they're going to need a mop-up guy, or they may pitch pretty well into the 8th or something, or maybe, God forbid, a complete game. You look at their offense, right? Gary Sanchez did some pretty good, had some good numbers for Rookie of the Year competition. He lost to that Fulmer kid on Detroit. I don't freaking know how. Greg Bird, coming off shoulder surgery. He was like the heir apparent to Mark Teixeira. Instead, they went and signed 20 guys at first base last year. Starlin Castro, kind of a comeback year from his status with the Cubs, goes to the Yankees, performs. Didi Gregorius, making a star out of himself. Gardner and Ellsbury, you know, you could argue they still have some, I think they still have some gas in the tank. They had some craptastic years last year. They're going to bounce back, I feel, because you know why? Matt Holliday's in the lineup. They got this other kid, Aaron Judge. He's going to play in the outfield. He hits a ton. Oh, and by the way, there's this other guy that they signed for $3 million named Chris Carter. He happened to lead the National League in home runs last year. He had 41 home runs in the National League. Now, I know that equates to like 15 home runs in the American League. Who all gets that? But you know, he's gonna perform. Maybe he doesn't hit 41. Maybe he hits 50. Who knows? Maybe he's gonna light the American League on fire. We're only gonna find out. Now, they got a couple other guys, a couple of rookies I'd like to watch. Tyler Austin, Ronaldo Torres, and Rob Refsnyder. Refsnyder played most of the year last year in the majors, and he was one of the 80 guys that played first base, and he performs. They kind of use him all over the place. I'd like to see him stay at one position and turn into like a superstar. Do they have what it takes to take first place? They surely do. Does a lot need to come together before it happens? Absolutely. So they're definitely looking good in the wild card race for me. I don't know about first place for the American League. Toronto and Baltimore finished tied last year. They tied 89 and 73, 4 games back in the American League East. Toronto's got these couple of guys in the pitching rotation. They got this Happ kid, pretty good. Marco Estrada, Aaron Sanchez, Marcus Stroman. Not the best rotation, but, you know, they could perform under the right offense and under the right conditions. They got this Roberto Osuna kid saving games. He's pretty good. And then they got this offense. Now, what y'all are going to tell me is, oh, Toronto's crap. They lost Edwin, whatever the hell his name, Encarnacion. Edwin Encarnacion. He's not going to amount to anything because he signed with Cleveland, and all they got was, Kendrys Morales. But this is not the David Ortiz situation. Yes, Encarnacion is a great player, But Kendrys Morales is no joke. I mean, he's not MVP of the league, but I mean, the guy can hit the ball. Plus, they got a few other guys. Jose Bautista, Josh Donaldson, won the MVP 1 year, maybe more than 1 year. I'm sure Troy Tulowitzki, he's pretty good. Russell Martin can play some ball. Justin Smoke, Melvin Upton Jr., I like them. So Toronto. So if the Yankees finish second, you got to say Toronto and Baltimore are going to be third and fourth. You know, they're going to be pretty balanced. Baltimore's got a couple of pitchers. They got a lot of young staff over here. Baltimore. I'm just checking out the time because I got stuff to do. Brad Brack. Oh my goodness, bad back. That's what we're gonna call him. I got a bad back. Michael Givens, Kevin Gausman, Dylan Bundy. Ubaldo Jimenez had a horrendous year last year. He was 8-12. Same with Gausman. He was 9-12. They had losing records on a winning team. I don't know how that happens. Chris Tillman, he's got something, so he's not going to start opening day. They were saying. They got this kid. He closes games. His name is Zach Britton. He closed them all last year. It's pretty good. How he didn't win the Cy Young, I don't know. Offense, Chris Davis, J.J. Hardy, Manny Machado. Maybe you heard of them. Adam Jones, and they re-signed Mark Trumbo. I would bet Baltimore outperforms Toronto. And, I mean, sad to say, you know, Tampa Bay, they got some people who can hit. You know, there's Longoria. He had 36 home runs last year. Logan Forsythe hit 20. Corey Dickerson hit 24. Brad Miller hit 30. Steven Souza Jr. hit 17. There's a few more guys. They all performed. They got this other guy, Colomb. He saved 37 games last year out of 40 chances. They signed Nathan Eovaldi from the Yankees. Ace, you know, that guy, he had horrendous Tommy John surgery, having his second surgery, and the Yankees let him go because it's like, well, they're not going to perform. Well, I'm thankful that Tampa Bay signed him. He's not going to pitch in 2017. He's got to have that year to recoup again, and then he'll pitch in 2018, hopefully, provided it all works out. But, I mean, overall, that's not a team that's going to compete with Boston. I don't know who these people are that said, you know, Tampa Bay is going to the top and they're going to rival Boston for the East this year. I think they got the wrong Tampa Bay in mind. All right, so my 2017 American League East goes like this. Boston, and they're going to win 100 games. They were 93-69 last year with David Ortiz. I would not be surprised if they win 100 games this year. Second place, the New York Yankees. Third place, Baltimore, outperforming Toronto, falling to fourth place. And in the cellar, number 5, Tampa Bay Rays.